Franco Colapinto is probably the most talented driver on the grid without a confirmed seat for the 2025 season. Just over a month ago, the Argentinian driver was not being seriously considered for an F1 seat. But a lot of things have changed since then, and the Williams team principal is pushing for other teams to sign Franco as soon as possible. After the Dutch Grand Prix earlier this year, Williams decided to make a shocking move to cut Logan Sargeant from the team. Williams had grown tired of Logan's inability to bring home points or even bring the car back to the garage in one piece. The team announced Franco Colapinto to pilot the Williams F1 car for the remainder of the season. Before coming to F1, Colapinto was in his rookie season in Formula 2. There were a few fans who were surprised by Williams' decision to choose Colapinto. But in just 2 races, he proved that he not only deserves to be in Williams for the rest of the season, but also to be on the F1 grid on a more permanent basis. During the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Colapinto managed to finish 8th, bringing home 4 points. A result that his predecessor was unable to complete in 2 years in Formula 1. It took Colapinto 2 races. After this strong result, Williams team principal James Vowles started to look for a seat in the 2025 grid for Colapinto. Before we continue, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Fastest Pit Stop, home of breaking Formula 1 news and more, brought to you faster than a pit stop. Coming back to Colapinto's 2025 seat, unfortunately there's no room at Williams Racing in 2025, as they have already committed with Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz. However, James Vowles is now looking to convince Sauber to sign Franco Colapinto. Here's what Vowles said while talking about Franco's future. What we've already said is we are very open-minded. We're waiting, in that circumstance, for Audi or Sauber to come to us and say, what do you want? What are you interested in? And from there, we can discuss what it actually means as an implication. But the first stage is more an open discussion. Vowles has told Sauber that they are open-minded to negotiating Colapinto's contract for the 2025 season. But now the question is, will Sauber want the Argentine in the team next year? All the teams except Kick Sauber and VCarb have confirmed their lineup for the 2025 season. Sauber has a few options with them apart from Colapinto: Valtteri Bottas, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Theo Pourchaire. Although all these drivers are talented, Colapinto has proven that he can handle an F1 car during a race. However, he has come out on top of these other drivers. Valtteri Bottas is the most experienced driver out of this lot. He's driven for multiple teams, including Mercedes, alongside Lewis Hamilton. Given that Audi will be taking over soon and they will need a driver who can provide them with the right feedback and inputs to develop the car, Bottas makes sense. However, if Sauber is looking for young talent, Colapinto, Pourchaire, and Bortoleto all stand out. All 3 of them are from 3 different academy programs: Colapinto from Williams, Pourchaire from Sauber, and Bortoleto from McLaren. Looking at this, it seems as though Pourchaire has the best chance, since he already is a part of the Sauber Academy. However, Colapinto has proven that he can handle an F1 car, and is capable of scoring points. This entire season, Sauber has not managed to score even a single point with Bottas or Zhou Guanyu. Colapinto managed to score 4 points in just his 2nd race in Formula 1. So there is a strong chance that Sauber will choose Colapinto for the 2025 season. After all, like many of you mentioned in our previous video, Colapinto comes from a nation that has produced drivers such as Juan Manuel Fangio, Carlos Reutemann, and Jose Froilan Gonzalez. But there's always a chance that he will end up without a seat for next year. But James Vowles has a plan prepared for that as well. So Franco will always be a part of the academy in our program, irrespective anyway, Vowles told the Wall Street Journal in a Q&A. What he will be next year is if Audi don't take him, and for transparency, we are in conversations to see if that is a route for him, where he could be on the grid with them for 2 years. Then what we would do if he stays is we run a 2-year-old car, which is actually the same specification, pretty much, as what we're running now. And he'd be running in that for thousands and thousands of kilometers to keep himself basically in good shape. Vowles continued. He would work with us on developing the future cars by being in our simulator and doing that testing work for us at the same time. And there were a number of racing series we are looking at with him so that he can keep his hand really in racing at the same time. He would be our reserve driver. He'd be ready to stand by should anything happen, and what I have learned in the last 12 months is that the F1 driver situation is not over. It's good for us, we're signed, but watch next year. I think you're going to see a little bit more movement. There's more opportunity out there as well at the same time, so having one of the best drivers on the grid available, I think, will be a strength. If Franco does not find a seat for 2025, he will continue his role as Williams' reserve and test driver. He'll take part in several tests for the team, which will help him get some experience in the car. He will also be on standby in case any one of the Williams drivers are unable to participate in a race. Vowles is also looking at other racing series that could be interested in Colapinto. However, the Argentine's goal will always be F1. Although the lineup for the 2025 season is almost confirmed, Vowles believes that there will be a lot more movement for the 2026 grid. So if Colapinto is not able to find a seat for 2025, Vowles will continue to push for him in 2026. No matter what happens, Williams made the right decision by sacking Logan Sargeant and putting in Colapinto. This decision has paid off. There's still plenty that Colapinto could do, with 6 more Grand Prix races to go. If he manages to score more points in the coming races, his bid for the 2025 Sauber seat will only grow stronger. Do you think Colapinto will continue driving in Formula 1 in 2025? Or will he have to wait for 2026 for other opportunities? Post your thoughts in the comments section below.